All right, let's pause. So if you got a sticker, which honestly was maybe just a few of you that got it completely right. Some of you just need a couple of adjustments. But this is something that, like, one, obviously pay attention, because if you made a mistake on this when you don't want to make that same mistake, and a couple of things are happening. One, not simplifying. You have to simplify square roots. You have to simplify fractions. Like, don't lose silly points on that kind of stuff. The other thing is it says vertices. Remember that means both vertices and co-vertices. So you would need both sets. On the quiz, I gave you like the line for co-vertices so that it's not something you miss, but you need both. So our center, and most of you got this one right, was 2, -5. And then the a squared is 36 because it's the bigger one, making a 6. The b squared is 4, making b 2. Because the a squared is under the y, that means we go up and down the a. So I take the y and I add and subtract the 6 to it, which means my vertices are 2, 11 and 2 negative 11, sorry. 2, -11 and 2, 1. Then your co-vertices, you go right and left. So I'd go right and left the 2, which means that my x is what's changing. And so if I go plus and minus 2 on this guy, I get 0, -5, and I get 4, -5. You could also do this on a graph. Like, you could draw that on a graph to get those points. Then it asks for the foci. For that, you need your c. And c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So a couple of you switched it to plus, so be careful. C squared would equal 36 minus 4, which becomes 32. And then some of you left it as square root 32. That has to get simplified. That's 2 and 16 and 2 and 8. And 2 and 4 and 2 and 2, which means 2 2's come out. This would be 4 root 2. It's also 16 and 2, which you can square root the 16. So your C is 4 root 2, and that's going to go up and down just like your vertex. So the foci would be 2, -5, plus and minus 4 root 2. And then the last thing it asks for is eccentricity, and that is your C over A. So C was 4 root 2. And A is 6. And that simplifies to 2 root 2 over 3. That's your eccentricity. So all those parts need to be identified. And you also would need to be able to graph it. So at some point, you're graphing each of these conics. Okay? I'm going to do, well, I'll just do it down here, but number 2 is either on the bottom or on the second page. It was there twice. So find the standard form of the ellipse and graph. Most of you did pretty well on this. Just be careful because some of you switched them. Okay, up 8, down 8 means it's vertical. And if it's vertical, that means the y gets the a. Center's halfway between, so center is 0, 0. And a is the distance from the center to either of those vertices, which is 8. Then it gave you, so I can start already with y squared over 8 squared, which is 64, plus x squared, I'll come back, fill this in with the b, equals 1. Then it gave you foci was plus and minus 4. So that confirms it's vertical. It confirms my center is at 0, 0, and it tells me c is 4. So then because c squared equals a squared minus b squared, 16 would equal 64 minus b squared. Negative b squared is going to equal -48. And b squared equals positive 48. I don't need to square root it because in the equation it becomes squared. So I could just keep it as it is. All right, keep working. Okay, so 3, your foci was plus and minus 5. That tells you this is horizontal. That tells you the x gets the a. It tells you your center is the midpoint, which is 0, 0, and that C is 5. Then the second piece of information I gave you is major axis length. That's your 2a. So if 2a equals 14, then a equals 7. C squared equals a squared minus b squared. So 5 squared would equal 7 squared minus b squared. 25 equals 49 minus b squared. Subtract that 49. Negative b squared equals -24. So b squared equals 24. So I get my, again, a's under the x. So x squared over a, which was 7 squared is 49, plus y squared over the b squared, 24 equals 1. So, oh, like most of you got this one right. So good job. Just be careful because there were some silly mistakes. This one got messy. So find the standard form of the ellipse. If my vertices are at 0, 2, and 8, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, okay? This tells you this is horizontal. That tells you the x gets the a. That tells you your center is the midpoint between these. So you don't have to draw it out to get the midpoint. You could literally add the 2x's divided by 2 and add the 2y's divided by 2. But if you draw it out already, you could also see it from here. So my center is 4, 2. So I get x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 1 already. And I know the x is going to get the a. So the a is the distance from the center to either of these points, which would be 4. Now I get this is over 4 squared, which is 16. And then the second piece of information I gave you is the minor axis length is 2. So 2b equals 1, or 2b equals 2, meaning b equals 1. You can put this over 1. You don't need it. So with or without the 1 in the bottom would have been right. Just be really careful here. All right, so this is the one where you got to find your standard form. You're going to complete the square at least one time on the quiz, whether it be the circle, the parabola, or the ellipse, okay? So this one I grouped together the x squareds, and I grouped together the x squared and the x, and then the y squared and the y. And then I bumped the 36 to the other side, so I made it negative 36. And then for both of these, you have to take out what's on the front of it because they both had something in front of the squareds. So the 9 comes off the first one. You'd get 9 parentheses x squared plus 4x. The 4 comes out of the second one, y squared minus 6y equals the negative 36. Then I complete the square. So I take the 4, I divide it by 2, I square it. That's 2 squared, which is 4. Add the 4 inside the parentheses. Before you can add it to the other side, you got to multiply by the 9 that was on the front. So we're adding 36. Do the same thing with the second one. 6 divided by 2, that's 3. 3 squared is 9. I'm going to add the 9 inside the parentheses. And then I'm going to, before I add it to the other side, multiply times the 4 this time, which means I'm adding another 36. So the 9 stays on the front, square root first, square root last, take the sign from the middle, and you get 9x plus 2 squared and 4y minus 3 squared equals negative 36 and positive 36 canceled out. And then it's just 36. And then you've got to divide everything by 36 because ellipses need to equal 1. And I get x plus 2 squared over 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 9. Oh, that should be 9. Equals 1. 9. All right, so now tell me what you know about this ellipse. It's vertical because the a squared is under the y. So a squared is 9, which makes a 3. What else? Good. Center's negative 2, 3. What else? Before you get there, what's b, right? B squared is 4. B is 2. Now I can go focus. C squared equals a squared minus b squared. C squared equals 9 minus 4. C squared equals 5. So C equals the square root of 5. So it's vertical, which means to get the vertices, I'm changing the y on this. I'm going to go to negative 2, 3, and plot my center. God bless you. And then I'm going to go up and down a, which is 3, to get the vertices. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So I get a vertices at negative 2, 6, and negative 2, 0. I'm going to go right and left the b, which is 2. Right and left b gives me co-vertices at negative 4, 3, and 0, 3. And then I can draw my ellipse. I don't need to graph the foci, and it's going to say the same thing on your quiz. You have to give me the foci on like the line, but you don't need to graph it. This one, I would take my center and I would add and subtract the c to the y because it's vertical. So that makes the foci negative 2, 3, plus and minus square root 5. And then the last thing it asks for is the eccentricity, and that is c over a. So I get square root 5 over 3. Questions on anything related to the warm-up or like the quiz? Yeah.
You have to write both
No, you can write it as plus or minus. Yeah, you can leave it plus or minus. As long as it can't be then simplified. Like if that was 3 plus or minus 5, you got to keep going. But if it's root 5, you could keep it.
We're also going to be asked for vertices.
Yeah, vertices, covertices, foci, eccentricity, graph. At some point, you're doing all that stuff. So yesterday, we did the circles and the parabolas. And so as I go through these things, if this is something that you do not know off the top of your head like this, then I would write it out again. Okay? The equation for the circle, I'm on this TV if you need to turn around, okay, is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. HK is your center. And r is your radius. Then we moved into parabolas. And there are 2 types of parabolas within the conic section. The vertical, in which your x is squared. So x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. And a positive 4p opens it up, and a negative 4p opens it down. And then a vertical one, a horizontal one, y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. And a positive 4p opens it to the right, and a negative 4p opens it to the left. And in the parabolas, the HK is your vertex. And P is the distance from the vertex to the focus, which is a coordinate point, and the vertex to the directrix, which is a line. So when we give those pieces of information, if it asks for the vertex or it asks the vertex, you'll give it in coordinate point form. The focus, you'll give it in coordinate point form. And the directrix, you'll give it into an equation form, like x equals or y equals. Questions on circles or parabolas? Again, if that is not like something that you could say off the top of your head, then you've got to rewrite, do whatever works for you. If it's rewriting it, rewrite it. And then yesterday, well, who's still copying? Yesterday, we added ellipses. And for these 2 different formats, the x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1 is your horizontal ellipse, wider than it is tall, and it's because a is the larger denominator. So order does not matter. Larger denominator is what determines what kind of ellipse it is. If it's a vertical ellipse, so order doesn't matter, I could rewrite it as x plus minus h, or I could put it as y first. The difference is the a is now under the y. And that one is vertical. It is taller than it is wide. And for ellipses, HK is your center. A is the distance from center to vertex. B is center to covertex. C is center to foci, or individual would be focus. C squared equals a squared minus b squared. Your major axis equals 2a. Your minor axis equals 2b. So we need to know all that stuff for the ellipses. For your quiz, obviously all 3 conics are on it. In all 3 conics, you're going to get one side and then the other, meaning here's an equation, and some you'd have to put into standard form using complete the square. Some may already be in standard form. And your job is going to be able to find all the parts of it and graph it. And then the other way is here's information about the conic. You need to find the equation. So we're going to go, the quiz only has 6 questions because some of them have like most of them have multiple parts. But you just got to be able to find both directions on these conics. Your quiz review takes you through this. Obviously, this was our center. This is our circle. And then it goes still circle. Now we switch to parabolas. So this was all from section 1. 1 is a circle. And and it wants you to put it in a standard form. So I got to complete the square. There's only the x squared and the x, though. The y is squared and doesn't have another y, which means I only have to complete the square and the x. So I'm going to group this together. X squared minus 10x, leave the space, plus y squared equals negative 9. And then negative 10 divided by 2. Well, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Squared is 25. Add it to both sides. Factor that first set of parentheses. And then this is 16. So my center is 5, 0. My radius is 4. And then it says to graph. So starting at 5, 0, up 4, right 4, down 4, left 4, draw your circle. So at some point you're completing the square on several of them, but obviously at least you got to be prepared for each one. You're going to graph at least one time for each one, and you're going to have to find all the parts of each one at least one time. And then page 2, this is parabola again, but then it starts with the ellipse. Okay. Number 8, I wrote it in the instructions, but it wasn't on, I wrote it in the instructions on the Canvas assignment. Bye, girls. But number 8 should have equals 1. Okay. It was missing the equals 1 on there.